welcome back to another episode of Snax in the City.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Snax is back. Hey! Literally, I was listening to the last episode and I was like, wow, the vocals. Like, we're not singing, but we just
You can tell
naturally sound gifted.
We're drinking just wine tonight because it's been a week. It has. And it's only Wednesday.
And
we're recording, it's Wednesday, and it's been a week.
Like a hard one.
But how the hell are you?
I am recovering.
Okay.
I think that's the nice way to put it.
That is a good.
I have made a grave mistake and let a man upset me. I let a man disturb my peace. I am embarrassed to admit it, but I did. I let a man disturb my peace. And I know better.
You do.
I know better. But the curiosity killed the cat, really, truly. I saw his name, and usually the go-to is delete. We're not even entertaining this, we're deleting it. Because he's the type, I don't need to read every single message. I delete the notification. I don't actually delete the message, I just let it sit. Or I'll read it and leave him unread. And he'll reach back out 2-3 times. But for some reason yesterday I was feeling wet and I was like, wow. It's been a few months. What have we? Let's see if he has something new to say. And he did say something new.
Yeah.
And then I cried all motherfucking night long. But you know what? Luckily, I have really good friends. And this might get me into trouble, but I'm going to do a shout-out line. Because I think that the girlies who get it. And the girls who were there, I really am like, I had a really good day today, which normally is not the case when you let a man disturb your peace. Normally you're out of sorts for about 2-3 business days. I had a really good day today. And it was 100% because of you, obviously. 100% because of my good old friend Coco, my good old Sarah, and my good old Miriam. Specifically, I mean, I love all of my friends, but specifically, you guys all sent me messages, and some of them weren't even actual, like Colleen didn't know something was wrong. She just happened to send me a really nice thing today, and I was like,
Intuitive friendship.
you know?
That's what we call that.
She sent me a thing that, it was honestly, like, so lighthearted, not a big deal, just like, you're crushing it, honey. Because I was like posting about having a good day. I was like, I'm being so productive. I'm throwing myself into the day. I posted that I worked out, and I've been like trying to motivate myself to work out more. So she like replied, we're like buddies on the Apple Watch, and she replied to my workout and was like, you're crushing it, honey. And then I posted about it because I was like feeling a little weepy. I was like, oh my god. Because Sarah also sent me a nice message and was like, self-care queen, like I love to see that you're upset and you're fixing it in like such a healthy way. And then you were like, if you have some time today, get some happy endorphins. So I just was like having a moment.
Endorphins make you happy. And happy people just don't shoot their husband.
Exactly. So I'm in recovery. I want some good
advice that you should take.
I'm scared, but I'm open.
Don't be scared of everyone should. If you're feeling down at all, no matter what it's about, and you're single, sorry, it's just singles only, sorry, go into Bumble, lower your age, and just flirt with a fuckboy. That will make you feel better. Flirt with a little twerpy fuckboy, and like,
you know what?
And we were like, Geneva, did you not feel better?
Did I kiss a man? No.
You kiss a boy.
Was he in the bar with a fake ID? Yes. Was he so fucking nice? So fucking cute? And also
legal to kiss. Not legal to drink.
No, that's none of your business. But also, if he's gonna lie to me, is it my job?
It's not. You're not the police.
Also, he was in a bar. I feel like if you're in a bar, it's safe to assume
that you're 21.
Also, he showed me his fake ID, and that bitch was very convincing. I tried.
I'm sure he's 21 now. We can hit him up. No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that he was literally.
Well, anyway, just do that.
But you're right, because it feels nice. Also, I think that's the last time a man paid for my alcoholic beverage.
And they weren't even 21. And me too.
But those boys.
No. Actually, in New Orleans, this bachelor party paid for
that
a
a man has
stuff.
bought me a drink in a while. But I'm gonna take your advice.
No, but a guy is never like, oh, can I buy you a drink? You're so beautiful. Nobody's ever done that to me.
Oh, really?
No. With this face.
I think I like your face. I like your face. No, a man has done that to me before, so I find it hard to believe that that's never happened to you because you're prettier.
No, it's always like, so, do you want to get an Uber?
Wait, do you guys want to hear a mean joke I said to Maddie?
It was so mean. No, you can't say it. You're going to think I'm a whore. I'm not a whore.
No, Maddie.
No, you can't tell that joke. It won't be taken well.
Yeah, people will be mad. Which is crazy because the bad thing that the joke is about actually happened to me. So, like, if I want to make a joke about it, yeah, I should be able to, but you're right.
But if you're listening and you want to know that maybe slightly insensitive joke, hit her up and she'll tell it to you.
Yeah, just, like, send me a DM and I'll tell you because it is fucked up. And I think that maybe some girls wouldn't find it funny. But I'm a very laugh to keep from crying kind of bitch, so it's funny to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I said that and you're not a whore. Even though
We're
you're
not a whore. We cheer and we leave. We act like that was probably so loud. I'm sorry.
The clown.
Wow. I was a cheerleader.
What?
Back in the day.
Have you lived 10 lives?
I lived 1,000.
How were you a cheerleader and an athlete and a choir kid?
I did it all. I'm not kidding you.
And you didn't like any of it except for choir.
Right. You had to try it all out just to like see how it was gonna go. I liked softball for a long time.
Did you also like women?
No.
Like, as I saw you, I was like, oh. We have to cut that out. Melanie, do not forget to tell me to cut that out.
Yeah, I played softball for a long time, but fun fact, when I was in cheerleading, I was tall, so I couldn't be a flyer. Now,
You were
all the
on-
turntables.
So what were you, a bass?
Yes!
That seems crazy.
I was like big for like a 10-year-old.
I feel like every time I've ever seen you, you've been made of
Well, it's like
paper and bones.
I grew fast and then stopped early.
Okay.
Like I haven't grown since 6th grade.
I could believe that.
Except the old titties.
The grab was aggressive.
Which also, I was thinking, my boobs wouldn't be as good if I weren't thin. Like, it wouldn't be as like a,
Oh yeah.
oh my god, she has tits.
Yeah. No, that's a real thing.
Because I got the P.
Yeah. But also the
B.
yeah. That's you. Look at those fingers. That's you.
But if I was like,
Also, just like for reaction's sake, I'm gonna show you something. And then you tell me how it makes you feel. So it's in the topic of the boobs thing because I used to be frail, and I'm realizing now as a grown adult, I took my young body for granted. I was very mean to my young body. I was starving myself for fun. Like I just was not the appreciative, show-offy bitch I should have been. Because I was a Twinkie girl.
Twiggy?
With big old bazoomas and a fat old ass. And you don't get that often. And now, look at me. And it just soft all around. And
your waist is still small and your curves are still kicking.
So the waist is still small and the curves are still kicking?
And I'm thinking about sticking.
Oh my god. Thank you. But it's just like her impact is not what it used to be. But also, here's a picture of me when I quite literally only weighed 100 pounds. Look how thin my face is, okay? You can't tell because I'm wearing a stupid bulky jacket, but the titties to belly ratio, it's like my stomach is concave in reference to the table, and my boobs could almost reach the table, okay? I'm really doing this. Okay? My friend, I sent this not to acknowledge how thin I was, by the way. It was a Facebook memory from yesterday. It was like 9 years ago today. I was out to dinner underage drinking at a bar. That is now closed because it never ID'd people. Fun fact. And so I was like, oh my god, 9 years ago today, we were so cute. And her reply was, Brianna, you look like you're 90 pounds in this photo. I love it. I love it? And I said, yeah, I was. Because I was.
Because you were 19.
Yeah. I was 19 and also exactly.
Oh my god.
I was probably exactly 100 pounds. And so I know that she just meant, look at you, you're so young, you look so great. And I'm like, well, I'm about 90 plus a million now, so
no.
Do we still love the photo, girls? Do we still? No, it's okay. It's okay. I just know the titties aren't hitting the same.
They are to me.
That makes me feel better. Like, they're still large and they're still making an impact, but like...
But if you were skinnier, your back would hurt so bad.
Oh, for sure.
This is a safety issue now.
You're right. And also I'm thinking of like how inconvenient it would be to shop. Do you know what I mean? Like right now, yeah, like right now, pants wise I'm okay because
I'm not.
I just get those, like most lines at most places include like a curve style and I just size down one size but I got the curve option and I'm good. If you're skinny but you're curvy, yikes.
It's hard. It's definitely hard out here for us girls.
So how are you? Because this week has honestly been beating my ass. But yeah. How are you?
I'm okay. You know, I'm doing fine.
Are you?
I'm doing fine.
Are you doing fine? Or are you doing fine like last week where you were fine?
I'm fine. The sun came out today, which made everything better. It's just, you know, it's all too much right now. It's just a little bit too much. The weather, are you kidding? I feel like nobody's okay right now.
No. I was talking to a coworker and she was like, I know this is weird because we're not friends, but like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm going to be real with you. No. And obviously, per my Instagram story, it's showing. And she was like, I think something that will make you feel better is like most people probably aren't feeling okay because I read that in the past 43 days, Chicago has one day.
Yeah, it's like I didn't expect my seasonal depression to stay through.
Yeah, like what? Like normally I'm ready for hot girl walks. I'm ready to like this is the time of year where I feel the motivation, like I'll smell the boats. I smell the men. I smell the rooftops. Yeah. Let me get my ass a little bit in gear so that when I'm wearing my crop tops, I feel good about it.
Like now it's like you work out and it's like, well, what's the fucking point? Because this weekend it's going to be 50 degrees.
Right, and it's like, don't do that. Don't pick at your face.
Oh yeah, also I had a mole scraped off my back today. It wasn't even a mole. I don't know what it was, but I'll keep you posted. They're going to send it to the labs.
And it's going to be fine. But also, this is your reminder to get your moles checked.
Get your fucking ass up and get your moles checked. It seems like nobody wants to get their moles checked.
And wear your sunscreen too, though.
Oh, I should do that.
Because that's how the moles get problematic.
All right, we got to get into the top 3. I think I have a 12-hour shift in my head.
Okay. Okay, we're ready, folks. Okay, That was actually exactly what you needed because I have some bad news.
No, what?
It's gonna make you laugh. It's gonna make you laugh. I'm being dramatic for a fact. Hot water. I have some bad news.
What is it?
Blac Chyna lost her lawsuit.
Oh.
We're so sad. Like, what the bitch? We saw that.
Me shocked. That's
We
crazy.
saw that coming. The after though is really funny.
Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me. Oh, lay it on me. We sing that a lot. It's Lay It On Me by Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, and honestly, if you didn't know that,
lay it on me, put it down on me. Oh, put your hands on my body.
it's really good and you should listen to it.
So it's been raised in a different time because we could have been the OG Brandy and Monica.
We could have. But we don't fight over boys.
No, we don't because we don't have the same time.
That wouldn't have been. No. That wouldn't have been our song. But the Brandy Monica dynamic was like a different. Maybe instead of the boy is mine, we would do like the boy is ours because we're prowling at the bars.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We can still drop an album.
Is mine.
Oh, High Noon I saw is coming out with Tall Boys.
Yeah, you know what? They sell at some. I've had one, but it's just like it's too big, so that by the time you get to the end, it's like there's this much of warm. That's why I like the size of the one.
Okay. Alrighty. The funny part of the Blac Chyna story, like obviously we saw the Mile Away sister. We knew you were gonna lose. It was just fun to watch. Yeah, but now her crazy mom that only likes her 20% of the time
because she wants money.
She wants the money. Has started a GoFundMe for $400,000 is the goal
for the legal fees
to pay the lawyer to do an appeal. They want to sue the Kar-Jenners one more time just to see.
For pleasure. That's stupid.
And people are donating those. It's crazy. Idiots, I'll tell you. I'm sorry, it's nothing truly against Blac Chyna specifically. It's just like there's too much evidence of her not being a good person. There's too much evidence of her being a bad person.
Not looking good for her.
It's just not looking good. And so, do we need to file an appeal? No. Maybe let's focus on a new project. Write a book and tell your horror stories. Like if the Kardashian-Jenner clan has been so horrible to you, start a YouTube. Tell us the tea. Make the money from people giving you views and subscribers and all the things. Make a Patreon. You already have an OnlyFans. Tell the story there. Charge extra if it's Kardashian content. I don't know. But the court route makes you look silly.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Keeping it in court. Amber fucking Heard. God. She tried to get
taken a felony.
So she tried to get the case dismissed. She petitioned for the court to just drop the case completely.
She was like, this is not going my way. Can we just drop it? That's
pretty much. So she was like asking the judge to dismiss Johnny Depp's claim against her that, she's slandered him and all the things that defamation. And the judge was like, no, I'm not going to drop the case because there's evidence here of defamation, slander, etc. Like, he has a valid claim, I'm not going to drop it. She fired her PR team because it's not going well. Hired a new crisis PR team because I think now she has to take the stand. Today was her first day on the stand. And I'll tell you, I did watch live for a little bit today.
It's not looking good for her?
It's not looking good for her. And I did watch some TikToks that made me feel a little conflicted, but I still am standing in the camp of, I think that I'm still Team Johnny Depp. I think that it's not going to end well for her. And just for the sake of, being fair, I'll tell you what the people on TikTok or the opposition is saying. They're saying that we shouldn't all be so quick to jump on Team Johnny Depp because his lawyers are doing their job. They're supposed to present the story in a way that makes you want to be on his team, that makes you want to believe that he's the good guy, that he's just, you know, a struggling artist and we love him so much, and Amber's big bad bitch, right? But that doesn't take away from her as a domestic violence survivor. Like, maybe a little bit of both things can be true. And so I feel like that was tugging at my heartstrings. Like, maybe a little bit of both is true, right? Like, maybe she abused him too, is what they're saying. Like, she abused him.
But I don't think he ever laid hands on her.
But. So, as a child, I don't like calling myself a domestic violence survivor because nothing ever actually happened to me. I was never directly abused, but I technically count as one. It's something I'm working through in therapy. I technically count as a domestic violence survivor because I lived in the home. So that part of me is like, oh my god, maybe he did hit her. Maybe she is a survivor too, and it's just like a toxic. But then she got on the stand and started talking, and I was like,
yeah.
I don't know, because
they were horrible to each other, but
sure, but I don't know that I believe he hit her.
And no, I don't believe that he did anything to her except for like.
I think maybe. Do I believe Johnny Depp dabbles in cocaine? Sure. Do I think that he has a tendency to drink too much? Sure. He obviously has a history of self-harm. We'll give that. You know, that can be traumatic to your partner. So I'll give that to Amber. That was probably hard to go through. If he was, you know, under the influence and screaming, but like,
care.
I feel like
him,
that's if her reactions this whole trial. It just seems like she was saying things to get him to a point to want to say those things. Like I think it feels to me like she was purposely triggering him.
I think,
and then like
after
setting up the camera to be like,
she wanted that Pirates of the Caribbean money.
She wanted some of that booty. That pirate's booty. It's not funny.
Some of that pirate's booty.
But like, I don't know. It just didn't seem genuine. I watched her on the stand, and it just did not ever at any point feel genuine to me. Like, I don't know, Maddie. I'll ask you. We'll make it real. If you were in a situation where you got into a fight with your husband, and you said something wrong. Specifically, the story she told on the stand today was they asked her, do you remember the first time he hit you? Okay, so I feel the first time somebody puts their hands on you is probably a landmark moment. You're not going to forget. That's always going to pull something out of you, right? Do you think you would be able to tell that story without crying?
No.
I can't imagine.
I mean, but
as a woman,
like, I don't cry.
Sure, but if your husband unprovoked slaps you in the face 3 times, do you think that that's a story that you would be able to tell exactly how I'm talking to you right now? Like, she told the story. She was like, oh, what does that tattoo say specifically? And he was like, oh, it says wino. Because he has a tattoo that says wino forever because it said Winona forever, and he got it covered up, so it just says wino forever. And so she was like, what does that tattoo say? And he was like, oh, it says wino. And before he could finish, she started laughing. And she says that sent him into a rage, and he was like, you think it's fucking funny, bitch? And slapped her in the face. Oh. And she says she didn't react, she didn't say anything. Slapped her in the face again. It was like, it's funny, like screaming at her that it's not funny. And then she was like, no, I don't think it's funny. And then he was like, you're laughing, and slapped her in the face one more time very hard. But pretty much how I just told you the story is how she told it on the stand. And I just don't know that. I mean, if I told the story of like the first time my boyfriend yelled at me, like actually raised his voice, I feel a lump in my throat of like, I really was sad. Like, I really didn't like that he did, like, and, like, not to be fun, like, my actual reaction is, like, I hate that he did that. I don't like when men yell at me. It makes me, and if I'm going to tell you the story, I'm going to feel upset. She was, like it was, like she was auditioning, like, reading a monologue, and she was, like, and then he slapped me in the face. Hard. Like, Amber, Like, even if she is sincere, like, maybe this did happen. We don't know. Nobody was there. But it just doesn't feel sincere, and I don't think that, like, if she is telling the truth, which I don't think that she is, she's not doing herself any favors by doing all this, like, over-dramatic, I'm so cool, whatever the fuck. Bad. So, she didn't get the case dismissed. She had to take the stand, and everything's going terrible, and I give it about a week until we hear we've all wasted her money and she has to pay Johnny Depp back. Yeah. Like, that's how I see this going. Also, she was telling this story and Johnny Depp was laughing. And so, as an avid follower of his, I just feel like she's lying. I'm sorry, I do. I feel like she's lying because him and Winona Ryder dated a million years ago, and if people bring it up in interviews, like, he's such a feeler. Like, people will bring up his relationship with Winona, and you can see the emotion in his face. Like, he gets upset because they had a kind of terrible relationship. It was really great until it wasn't. And you can tell, like, he's a very emotional guy. Yeah. And I just feel like if he hit Amber, I don't think that he would be sitting in the courtroom giggling as she tells this, like, obviously very rehearsed story. Like, if he actually did hit her, I think he would be really upset. Because when I watch interviews where they bring up Winona and, like, the terrible fights they did have, he gets, like, ashamed that happened. Yeah. So there's that. We'll see how it plays out. And the last story is Kim K, the diet, and the dress. I'm really over how women are talked about in this space. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to me.
Yeah, because it's not like she was like, because she didn't starve herself. And also,
Lily Reinhart has some nerve. I'll say that. And
I think she's going through something.
I feel like even if she is going through something, I do not like girls who are pro-women in a way that involves putting down a woman.
She didn't starve herself. She just didn't eat carbs. And she still couldn't even fit the dress. And the dress it's not like, oh, I just want to look amazing for this event. It was like, no, the dress is made. I want to wear this dress.
Yeah.
I'm going to not eat carbs for 3 weeks.
It's like frustrating to me. And Kim was very open about, first of all, she's Kim Kardashian. She's a billionaire, and she has a chef that cooks catered meals to each of her children and her, specifically, per diet. For instance, Northwest is a pescatarian. So their chef cooks her meals each day that are pescatarian. Sometimes Kim Kardashian, based on her body goals, most of the time she's a vegan or a vegetarian. She's not doing dairy, she's not doing sugar, she's not doing carbs because she works hard for how that body looks. Contrary to what all the people say, like, oh, she just got surgery. But I watch that bitch's story every single day, and if she's up at 4 a.m. in a sauna suit, running sprints on her treadmill, and then doing a guided session with a trainer, and then having her chef cook her meals that are only, fiber and protein, so that she could wear this dress, I just don't see, that is far less problematic to me than, like, I want a man to like me, or I want to get a movie role, or I want to be featured in this campaign, so I'm just not going to eat any food at all. I'm just going to let myself be unhealthy and crash so that I can stay a size 0. Like, those are two very different things, and I feel like Lily, and the way that she said this message, is making it like they're the same, and it's not like, sure, should Kim feel like she needs to lose 16 pounds in 3 weeks? No, because she could have just worn a different dress, sure. But it's the point, it's the moment, like, this is what she does, it's her job.
Right.
And I saw a really interesting thing earlier posted by, like, some Instagram girl who was like, we don't make these crazy headlines out of when an athlete has a game coming up, and it was like some guy who's in the Olympics, it was like how to diet like whoever, because he only eats, like, plain rice and broccoli and chicken. Yeah,
and same with, like, actors who drop 50 pounds or gain 50 pounds.
Like Matthew McConaughey for that role, he played that man who had AIDS.
American Hustle.
No.
Texas Roadhouse. What's it called?
No. None of those things. I know what you're trying to say, but now I can't think, but I know it
Dallas Buyers.
Yes, yes. He lost like almost 50 pounds. And he was frail. But then there's also like, I think it's Jared Leto is always a good example because for every role ever, he had, oh yes, they alter their body. It's what you, if you get into Hollywood, sometimes it's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
And Kim Kardashian, people love to throw out like, oh, she doesn't have talent, she doesn't, but I will give her that. Like, sure, maybe she doesn't have talent, but Kim understands a moment. She understands how to keep herself in the spot that she's in. And this is how, because she is willing to wake up at 4 a.m. and cut out carbs and sugar and basically everything except
I cut out carbs for 2 weeks once, and it was very hard.
She was only eating like protein and vegetables for 3 weeks, which doesn't sound like a huge deal, but I think as regular people,
that would be so hard.
That would be so hard. But did she serve the fucking moment?
Yeah, and she still couldn't even get the dress zipped. Anyway.
I know. So I saw a picture.
But it's her butt.
She did get it zipped once. Like her initial try. No, they wouldn't let her. They wouldn't even touch the dress. You have to wear gloves. She said they came to her house for the first fitting. She went to Ripley's museum. The second fitting, they came to her house, and it literally, she was like, that dress was escorted to my house with armed guards. Like, they would not let her rip that dress. The first time she tried it on, that picture that's going viral right now of like you can see her Spanx and it's just tied because the zipper wouldn't go. That was her first fitting, and she was like, she's in it and she's telling Pete, give me 3 weeks. Just give me like 3 weeks, I will get in this dress. Then she was able to fit in it, and so for all her like pictures that she's posting that are like being shown in Vogue, it's zipped. Like she lost the weight and got it to zip. Because if you look at Marilyn's body, she's a little more busty, less booty. Kim's got a obviously much bigger butt than Marilyn Monroe, which is why I wouldn't zip at first. But she did get it zipped. And so those photos are fucking fire. But it's also why she's standing like an actual stick, because she probably couldn't breathe. Which is why for the evening, I think they probably just tied it, didn't zip it.
And that's a replica dress made.
I did see that, but it's unclear. The replica was made in case she didn't lose enough weight for it to fit. So that's the part I'm waiting for, because I keep seeing both. Like, did she wear the actual dress?
Well, she wore the actual dress to like walk the carpet, and then she changed into the replica to like sit and like eat.
Which is honestly the safe option. I did read that there was like, they built her like a little mini like dressing room. So like she could go to the Met in the dress and then swap, is what I read. But I admire Kim's commitment, because like to me that's her talent. Because I think it takes a special person to be able to commit to things the way that she does. If you told me I had to lose
Lily Reinhart go to the Met, she had to have been invited.
Was she?
The other girls from Riverdale were.
That doesn't mean anything. It's up to Anna Wintour, and if she doesn't think you got the chops, you don't got the chops. But also, I understand what Lily's message was like, we're women and we should just feel beautiful and fine and worthy the way that we are. You should not be promoting.
Yeah, but it wasn't about that. It was about the dress.
But it was about the dress, and like, that dress, it's not like you can have it tailored.
Right.
The option was you lose the weight and you get the fucking moment, or you don't.
Obviously. Which is also crazy, like how teeny tiny was Marilyn Monroe.
Which is crazy because she was considered fat for her time.
Yeah.
She was considered fat, which is wild to me, because she wasn't.
Yeah.
But also I just think, Lily, this is, if you ever happen to see this, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You cannot uplift women by putting down other women. You cannot say, stop giving these stupid, no-talented bimbos attention, or I'm paraphrasing, but she called Kim Kardashian stupid. She said that what she was promoting was reckless, and like all the things. But like,
no, she's not like, oh, I starved myself. She's not like, oh, I mysteriously showed up to this event looking amazing. She's
Right.
like, this is what I did to look amazing.
That's what's frustrating to me, because if you follow Kim Kardashian, I saw she's posting like, wait until it was like, she does the breadcrumbs. She knows what she's doing. Like, wait until you guys say I've got goals, and she's wearing the fucking side. Get your fucking ass up and do the work. Like, people are mad at her for saying that, but she does it. Like, if you couldn't pay me to wake up at 4 a.m. and get a sauna suit and sprint to fit in a dress. I'd be like, what are the other options?
Yeah.
I just would pick something that fits. But also, literally, if you're going to advocate for women to feel comfortable and all the things, then maybe don't call women names and put them down. Just be like, hey, I would love to see us get to a society where, like, we could just wear things that fit and we don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
We could just wear things that we like and feel comfortable in. Maybe not, let's not shame women and, like, call them names. That's just my thought.
That's just me.
That's just me. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what Lily Reinhart has to say now, because it's like,
yeah.
You can't call. It's not the same if you call a woman stupid in order to lift up another woman.
Right.
Because to me, then you're just like, well, when's the next time you're going to call me stupid? Like, eventually it's going to be my turn to be called stupid by you. And I like that.
Right.
So don't do that.
Oh my god. Okay. You know who's not stupid though? Was that the last story?
Yeah.
Moms. I guess some people might have stupid moms. Some people have horrible moms.
Yeah, some people do have bad moms. Like,
So obviously this week we have to do our obligatory Mother's Day episode.
oh, I was going to sing and then I lost the words. I started to sing 2 different songs in my head. I was going for Mama by the Spice Girls, but then what was actually about to come out my mouth was Dear Mama by Tupac, which I don't actually know all the words to, and then that was going to get weird.
Okay, well, it's the effort that we appreciate. So, you know what?
I love my mom.
I love my mom too. I do think that she thinks that I'm not okay right now.
Okay, so your mom should hang out with my mom, and they should go out to dinner and have a glass of wine and talk about it, because my mom also is worried about me currently.
Yeah. But, so I just wanted to share some things that I got from my mama. And then we can do that.
Okay, I would love to hear.
Obviously, my tits.
Obviously, your tits.
My curly hair.
Yes. Your love for gossip.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And so does your mom.
And my hazel eyes.
Beautiful.
And then I got a lot of her bad genes, too.
Like what?
Like I had to get laser hair removal.
Hairy.
Hairy. But it's also like a tribute to I'm Italian. But
Yeah, that wasn't her fault. Well, it is her fault, but
yeah. Her stoicism to a fault. My mom never cries unless it's like she's doing like a cheers and it's like a happy, she's giving a toast, so it's like a happy cry.
she's not a crier.
She's not like a I'm sad, I'm gonna cry girl.
That's interesting. You got that.
I got that.
Okay.
I have sweet ass legs. They're short, but they're nice.
Yeah, they are very nice. Also,
Which also,
whether you're working out or
my
not,
dad has nice legs too.
good old Jimbo.
No ass though.
I don't think I've ever seen your dad's like legs.
You've seen his.
Actually, I have, but
I think I get my calves from my dad.
I've never paid attention to them. I have seen him in shorts before, so I've seen his legs. But like, next time we hang out and he's wearing shorts, I gotta take a peek at the calves.
He's got nice calves.
Alright.
But this is about mothers.
Yeah, it's not his turn.
It's not his turn.
What else did you get from him? It's weird that she's not a crier though, because I feel like she is a crier with the happy like moments, and I see that all the time because I feel like I'm always doing this to her. Because I'm a teary girl. And we're always tearing together. Or like when you sing, she starts to tear up, and then I love that she loves you so much, and then I start to tear up. So then we just hold hands and listen to you sing, and it's so sweet.
Yeah.
So it's weird that she doesn't cry when she's like, when something's happening. She's just like a...
Like, it takes a lot for her to cry of sadness.
Okay, 100%, just we're gonna hardcore 180. I am such a crier, and I got it from my mom, the dishwasher. If you load it and then just like leave it, it'll ding like that every so often because I didn't start it. So then it's like, hey, did you want to start me? Newsflash, I don't. I'm busy. But yeah, I'm a crier, and I got it from my mom. And it actually happened in that very silly way of like when I was younger, I never cried at anything. And my mom would like be watching like Lifetime movies and would be like, she's gonna cry. Like I thought it was funny to like announce when I knew exactly when my mom was always gonna cry. Like we'd be watching a movie and I'd hear the music change and be like, I was gonna cry. Like I would be like, watch, look at her. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I'd be like, why do you cry? You know it's fake. You can't show me shit now without me being like,
It's karma.
like I just made fun of my mom so much and now I got it from her. Like it's in me. I literally, my period was due, but I watched a video of a baby duck and I really had to like get my shit together because God, I was like just taking a break from boredom at work, and so I'm like scrolling through Instagram. I watched this video of baby duck. I was in tears, and it was so fucking cute. You ever saw a baby duck walk and their feet make this cute little noise on the... Oh, I was just watery. And then I got a call. Like, somebody from work was calling me, and I was like, this is Brianna. Like, I wasn't crying over a baby duck. And then I texted my mom, and she was like, because life is beautiful, and things are worth crying over, and you always used to laugh, but, like, now you cry. Like, I've seen The Notebook 600 times.
Oh, it doesn't get old.
If you put it on right now,
I never watch it.
I will cry. I will cry.
It makes me sad. My feet are hot. It's hot in here.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
Your feet are so red that you've got to check that out. You have diabetes.
No.
I think you might. What else did I get from my mom? A hot temper. My mom is a softie and a crier, but like, don't cross her. Don't cross her. She's a Virgo.
Mine too.
Hint of crazy. I feel like Virgos, it's just a hint of crazy. If you piss my mom off,
oh my God, yeah. I had a burn book in the 3rd grade.
Damn.
And I remember when my mom found it, I remember exactly what she was wearing, and it was the scariest day of my life.
Oh.
She was a pincher, like she would pinch us right under here.
Oh, my mom would always pinch me like that at church.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be crazy at church. No, I definitely have like a reactive mean streak from my Virgo mother. I think just watching my mom, like, my mom is really a taker. Like, if you can be mean to her, you can... She honestly kind of used to let people screw her over a lot. Just like, she would just take it, and then you hit that one nerve and... Yikes! Which is crazy because my mom is just so teeny and, like, soft-spoken, but when she gets mad, scary. I am far more reactive than her. Like, it happens much quicker for me. Like, you've got about 5 seconds before I'm, like, annoyed. And then I'm like, okay, please stop. And then I'm going to scream at you and be crazy. My mom is, like, got a little bit longer of a fuse. But yeah, that bitch is... And me too. So, but also thanks for her because, like, people don't back with me. You know?
Yeah.
I also got, like, I'm really solution driven. I got that from my mom. Because we are criers. I'm going to just lump myself in there because I got that from her. We are criers, but, like, you can't cry forever. You can't mope forever. You have to look for a solution. And so, like,
true.
last night I had a real bad spiral. I was really crying, and I told my mom I didn't want to talk about it. But then she was texting me a lot of nice things, and so obviously I had to call her. And she was like, I know you're sad, but, like, what are you going to do about it? And I think that is my favorite thing I got from her.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing that I got from her, besides my hourglass figure. No matter how much weight I gain or lose, I keep the hourglass F is just there, and shout out Tammy for that one. But, like, the solutions thing is also pretty cool. Because, like, last night I was, and you could attest, the texts were getting a little much. But, like, I'm good today because I have decided on a solution, and I'm upset, but I have a solution.
Yeah, that's good.
And, like, I don't know. I think because my mom was a single mom, she just knew, like, life will be upsetting, but you just have to be ready for the next thing. Like, you just have to, because she wasn't prepared to be, 18 with a baby by herself. But we found a solution, and now we're thriving.
Yeah, and that's all that matters. You gotta find the solution.
You gotta.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not a crier, as we've mentioned, as we continue to mention.
Well, that's who you are.
So, it's like when you have a daughter that doesn't cry, and then she does. Like, my mom was literally like, and it was like just the two of us in the car. But that's the thing about moms, though. It's like, you think you're fine, and then your mom calls, and you're like, oh my God!
That's the word. That's like, it's amazing, and it's not all in one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we both had that experience within the past couple days, and I was like, you kept texting me, like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Tell me what's going on. And I was like, I cannot cry right now. I will tell you. I was fine.
Are you crying?
No. I'm fine. No, I decided this morning I'm not crying about this topic literally anymore. We'll see how long that lasts, but I'm not. I thought I was gonna, which is why I started moving, because I was like, I have to turn the camera off. I'm not gonna do that in front of my friends. No, fine. But I just, like, was like, I can't cry right now. I can't cry right now. I have shit to do. I want to cry, but I have shit to do. And so I was like, I'm not doing that. And so I just stopped texting you back because I was like, I cannot talk about this right now. I have shit to do. Then when I was driving home, and the shuffle did me fucking dirty. The shuffle did me dirty. And before I realized it was a song that was going to do me dirty, I was not paying attention. I was driving. And I was driving on fucking Lakeshore Drive. And if you've driven on Lakeshore Drive, you
were
know.
on LSD.
I was on LSD last night. It's stressful. Because I didn't know.
Yeah, it is stressful.
I didn't know specifically which exit I needed to get off, so I was trying to get the fucking GPS to tell me, because I was like, I don't need the GPS, but I do. And so I wasn't focused, and then when I did focus on the song, I was like, oh no. And then I snapped you, I was like, I didn't make it home, because I just wanted to get home and cry in my home in peace. But that song, by the time I caught it, it was too late. I get myself together, I get inside, and I'm like, just get ready for bed, everything's fine. And my mom was like, you never called me back. How are you? Did you have a nice day? And I was like,
she's trying it.
Do not. So I texted her and I said, Mom, I honestly had a really tough day. I'm feeling a little bit sad. I just want to go to bed. I will call you tomorrow. I made it maybe 3 minutes. My mom was like, okay, sweetie, I love you so much, hugs. That's all the text said. It just said, I love you so much, hugs. And I was sitting in this spot, and I was like, like, an audible wail came out of my mouth, and I had to call her. And she was like, I thought you were going to bed. And I was like, you baby, you said you love me, and I'm so sad. But that's the good thing about moms, because she was quite literally in the middle of, like, her and her boyfriend were, like, watching a movie. And I could hear him in the background, like, is she okay? And she was like, it's not funny. She's actually upset. Because sometimes I, like, fuck with my mom. She's like, no, it's not funny. She's actually upset. And he was like, oh, should I leave? And she was like, yes. And they put the movie on pause and she skedaddled her boyfriend out and just talked to me. I probably cried for a solid 30 minutes about nothing.
It's not about nothing.
Okay.
You had to get those tears out.
Yeah.
And moms know how to get it out of you. We just watched The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and the girl was like, we read it, sorry. You don't have to be okay for your mom, but your mom is always okay for you.
And it's really a gift.
It is.
Like, I am thinking about it today, and I'm like, that's how I know I'm not ready to be a mother, because my mom just dropped everything and let me cry.
Yeah, when Taylor cries, I'm like, are you crazy? But also, like, she's not crying for anything. Yeah. She's crying because I made her upset because I told her she can't throw toys at her brother.
Right. Whereas not when you grow up, you call your mom because you accepted less than you deserve from a man than you knew better.
And she doesn't say I told you so.
And she didn't say I told you so.
She's just like...
She said... Actually, what my mom told me was beautiful, and I think that I wish more people had this kind of message, because this is a man that I've given several chances, and so she really could have been like, I fucking told you not to talk to him anymore, because she did tell me, like, I think maybe we should be done. I love him, I love you two together, but it's obviously not working. You should maybe just take some time apart. And I was like, why the fuck would I do that? Don't tell me what to do. Like a dumbass. But she didn't do that. She just was like, you should feel brave, because most people, like, don't, for the sake of seeming like the strong one, seeming like the smart one, seeming like the woman who has her standards, like, people are so quick to just cut a situation off.
Yeah.
Because it disappointed them one time or anything. And she was like, what's nice, even now, I'm so disappointed with how things are going, but she's like, even now, you are willing to have the conversation of, like, why isn't this working? What was my part in it? What was your part in it? And, you know, it takes a big person to have those hard conversations, but also still hold your standard. And she's like, that's why you're upset, because you know, like, I know my mom is right. She's like, you know, you could go meet him, you could talk to him, and you could say the thing that will change all the things. You could say the thing, and he would wrap it all up, nice and about him. He would do exactly what you said. He would not, you know, choose another woman. He would not choose a thing that would make you upset. You could say the thing, and things would go the way you want. But you know that you deserve better. You know you deserve a man who would just do the things without you having to tell him. And that's why you're upset, because you're willing to have the conversation and he's not willing to meet you there. And you know you have to hold the boundary, and that sucks. Like, being the strong one sucks. And so you can be upset, but know that you're doing the right thing for yourself.
Yeah.
And she's like, it would be weaker to just lower your standards and, like, let it play out the way that he wants it to play out, but you're gonna let it play out the way that you know you deserve for it to play out. And I was like, and I think that that's so special, having that conversation with your mom. So I feel like a lot of people don't have that. I feel like I see on TikTok all the time, like, moms are so critical sometimes of, like, well, I told you not to date that boy. I told you he wasn't good enough. And my mom is like, no, you had your sights set. Like, I met this man, I was a teenager, and I was like, I'm going to marry him. And she's like, and you've done all the things and put all the shit in line to marry him. And he's not meeting you there. And so you're like, okay, no. And she's like, and that's really brave, because a lot of girls just settle and they would just marry him anyway.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not gonna, so, like, good for you. And I just love that I have an encouraging mom. Like, she didn't make me feel silly or stupid.
Yeah, it does suck. You hear horror stories.
Yeah.
You really do.
But also, she's not, I also am grateful on the other foot. Like, I'm grateful that I don't have the kind of mom that's like, you're getting old to be alone. Like, I feel like some people have moms that are like, you need to stop with this, like, high and mighty route and just meet him where he is, and whatever he says, do it, because you need a husband. And I'm really, really grateful that she doesn't do that to me either, because, and this is the kind of situation where it's like, it's really nothing that's happening is a big deal. And my mom could encourage me to just be like, Bray, you're driving too hard of a standard. You're driving too hard of a line. Calm the fuck down and marry him. and I would rather die. My life sounds to say that I'm sad about it, but I would rather die than lower my standards and just marry him. God, I would rather be wine drunk and angsty by myself. Like, you know?
We really lucked out in the mom department.
Also, our moms' birthdays are so close together. They're both crazy Virgo ladies who love champagne. And us.
And us.
And I love that for us.
Yeah,
our moms are fast friends.
Says, like, the baby, it's like, come on.
I think that's the other
built-in thing.
They love us.
They just have a special, place in their heart.
They love us the same, like, the way you love the baby and the baby daughter. But also, I'm the only baby daughter. Like, in my mom's eyes, I'm just the baby because she never had any other baby. We have so much fun. Like, when your mom met my mom, I think that they felt how we felt when we decided, like, okay, let's be friends now. Except theirs was instant. Ours took, we had the thaw.
Yeah, we had the thaw.
Mostly you.
I was just me the whole time.
Mean or
me?
Both. Okay.
I was just me. That's a story for another time.
Me.
But, happy Mother's Day. Hug your mother or your mother figure. And we hope
it's nice of you.
Inclusive. We're inclusive.
Inclusive, yeah.
You can follow us on Instagram at Snax. At _Snax in the City. You can follow us on Twitter at Snax_ in the City. Our personal handles on all platforms are at Maddie Grissetto and at Brianna_Irene. And you can follow us on YouTube. Snax in the City, Snax with an X.
And watch our TikToks.
And like them.
And like them because we're funny.
And with that,
Snax out.